Welcome back. Looking at another headline-making story, at an event held in Mathura today, Secretary to the President Lalith Weerathunga made a proposal to increase the productivity in the state sector. The foundation stone for the construction of the main hall at Rahula College, Galle, was laid by a past pupil of the school, Secretary to the President Lalith Weerathunga.
Ministers Dallas Alahappirama and Lakshman Yapavewardena also attended this event.
අජේ සේවකයට වැඩ කරන්න තියෙන්නේ දවස් 365න් 104ක් අයින් කරන්නකො සෙනසුරාදීරිදා.
Take away 104 days from the 365 days. Take out Saturdays and Sundays and it is 261. Of the 261, there are another 42 holidays. When you subtract this, it is 219. Even though you have to spend 7 hours and 45 minutes at work, my friends, at the end of the day, we have only been working for 3 hours and 20 minutes. This is something that I found out through a very well carried out survey. When you look at it this way, very little work has been done. If we have come this far working in this way, then imagine how much productivity would increase if we just put in another hour.
Well, engagement with the people is an important function of any democracy. Secretary to the President Lalith Weerathunga will answer questions posed by the public on Twitter next Wednesday from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The discussion will take place on the official Twitter account of President Mahinda Rajapaksa, which is at the symbol at, that is PRESRAJAPAKSA, Press Rajapaksa. You can also pose your questions with the hashtag AskLWASKLW. Taking a look at other local news, 6 suspects who were arrested in connection with the December 2006 bomb attack targeting Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa have been remanded until the 21st of June. The suspects were produced before Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitiya today. The suspects have been charged with exploding a high-powered bomb in the Cinnamon Gardens Police Division and attempting to assassinate several people, including the Defence Secretary. Officers of the Terrorism Investigation Department said the department had submitted information regarding this incident to the relevant institutions.
A man who smuggled a live bomb and explosive material to Colombo has been sentenced to 3 months in prison. The sentence was given to Vikneshwaran Rajadeepan by the Colombo High Court Magistrate Kumudini Vikramasinghe. Vikneshwaran Rajadeepan was charged with transporting explosives from Vavuniya to Colombo in a van that belonged to the local government authority on the 25th of June 2007. The magistrate ordered that the accused be sent to the Vavuniya Rehabilitation Centre following his 3-month imprisonment. The accused was imposed a fine of 20,000 rupees by the magistrate. The suspects will have to serve an additional month in prison should he fail to pay the fine.
And up next is a look at Crime Watch. An individual was shot dead in the Murungagas junction in Middenia. The victim has been identified as Sujit Priyantha, a 31-year-old father of 1 from Debokkava, Veerakatiya. The victim had arrived in a vehicle to the Murungagas junction with his brother and a friend at around 8:15 last night to resolve a dispute. Sujit Priyantha was shot at when an argument had escalated. The perpetrator is still at large. Following the magisterial inquest, the body of the victim was placed at the Middenia Rural Hospital and was later sent to the Ambulipitiya Base Hospital for the post-mortem examination. Meanwhile, a group of 5 persons had stormed into a house of a gem merchant in the Amuna area in Hattota Laggala in Martale at around 8:30 last night and had fled with gems, jewellery and money valued at over 10 million rupees. The residents say the group had entered the premises identifying themselves as officers from the Walana Police Anti-Corruption Unit.
My husband received a call at about 8:30. Stays near the Walana police gate. When my husband went to talk to him, they caught him. Then my husband shouted. Then the 3 of us also ran out. They asked where the pistol is. Then we let them search as we don't have a pistol.
The landlady elaborated further.
They took all the money, jewelry, hand phones and land phones.
The suspects connected to the robbery are still at large, while the Mathale and Naggala police stations are conducting joint investigations to apprehend them.
The topic of the Satana political debate program held at Stein Studios in Ratmalana yesterday was ethics.
Is there a need to introduce a code of ethics for the country or for individual institutions or professions?
වෘත්ති ආයතන නැත්නම් එහෙම නැවනම් වෘත්තීන් වලට අදාළ විදියට අලුතෙන් ආචාර ධර්ම පද්ධතියක් ගේන්න ඕමනාවක් තියෙනවද? එහෙම අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙනවද මේ මොහොතේ?
Without protecting what we have, what are we going to do with new ones? Regarding the introduction of ethics for the media, why are these being newly introduced just for the media? We do not need new ones. So you are saying that we do not need a code of ethics? No, we do not. Even if we do introduce them, will they be upheld? So you are saying that a code of ethics is unnecessary and that it would not be upheld and therefore the media does not need it? No, what I am saying is that they must get together and decide on a code of ethics and introduce it themselves. It is not something that anyone can formulate. Are you saying that neither the government nor the Ministry of Mass Media and Information has the right to introduce a system of ethics for the media? If assistance is asked for, then the government must give it. Can the government introduce it as per their whim? The government cannot have a whim like that. The state mechanism is in need of good conduct. The lack of this conduct is the problem today. The law is not being enforced with regard to the arson attack on Sirasa, the assassination in broad daylight of Lasantha Wickrematunge and others. People like Poddala Jayantha had their legs broken and were abducted. When all of this is happening, how can we look the other way? As a Buddhist, can you do this? As a citizen, can we do this? As people who believe in non-violence, can we do this? Good behavior must be brought to political society in Sri Lanka.
බෞද්ධයෙක් හැටියට ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? පුරවැසියෙක් හැටියට ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ අපි අවිහිංසාව විශ්වාස කරන මිනිස්සු හැටියට ඉන්න පුළුවන්? අපේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය නෙමෙයි.
It is not our policy, that is the policy of Parliament today. The will of the people is not reflected there. They do not listen. For example, recently MP Vijitha Heratanai had to climb onto our desks.
දැන් උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් මම මේ වගකීමෙන් කියන්නේ මට අදාළව ගත්තොත් එහෙම දැන් ඊ පෙරේද මට සිද්ධ වුණා මටත් අපේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ විජිත හේරත් අපේ മന്ത്രിතුමාටත් පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ මේෂ උඩ නැගී. වැරදි නැගේ. ඒක වැරදි.
It is wrong. If you look at it in terms of ethics, then I have violated the ethics. I need to speak the truth. But what is happening here? We have voted for ourselves.
හැබැයි මොකද ඒ වෙන්නේ?
Please uphold your ethics for a moment. This is what happens in Parliament. What we can see in Parliament is a situation where they have taken the power of money, thuggery and the law into their hands. In terms of ethics, even democracy, the most fundamental of ethics, is not being upheld. What you are saying is correct. I am in total agreement. There are some people who come in person to us and criticize the government, but they will not criticize in front of the president. They do not have the spine for it. There is an educated and knowledgeable group in Parliament, and as you said, there are useless people as well. The opposition is not allowed to speak in Parliament. They hoot at them. They do not listen. I stay in Parliament with much sadness because we too are being made to tolerate this. This is very wrong. You cannot build on a debate or initiate a dialogue in Parliament.
On
to more headline news. Army Commander Lieutenant General Jagat Jayasuriya has been promoted to the rank of General. Military spokesperson Brigadier Ruwan Wanigasuriya said the promotion was granted by the President. The military spokesperson added that the promotion is in effect from the 1st of this month. In other news, West Java police in Indonesia have detained more than 100 illegal immigrants in Cianjur, West Java, on the highway leading to the southern coast of Java. Now, according to foreign media, the police had said that the first group of 80 illegal immigrants from Myanmar, Pakistan and Afghanistan were stopped in the Cianjur-Bandung highway. Meanwhile, 43 illegal immigrants from Sri Lanka were stopped at the Sindambarang highway in South Cianjur. The illegal immigrants had chosen the road via South Cianjur to the southern coast of Java, from which they had planned to cross to their final destination, Australia's Christmas Island. The 100 illegal immigrants will be handed over to immigration authorities in Sukabumi, Indonesia.
Let's now take a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day, which we selected from amongst today's English newspapers.
And still to come on the news tonight. Sprint king Usain Bolt completes 200 meters under 20 seconds in Oslo, Norway. The fast-paced action coming up on Sports First.
2 persons died in a motor accident that occurred last night in the Runwala area in Kegol. The accident took place when a SLTB bus plying from Colombo to Norelia collided with a three-wheeler. 3 persons were travelling in the three-wheeler at the time of the accident, while 2 of them died upon admission to the Kegol hospital. According to the office of the police media spokesperson, the driver of the bus has been taken into custody.
Moving on to news from the world of sports, Sri Lankan batsman Kumar Sangakkara has applauded the team's decision to promote Nuwan Kulasekara up the batting order in yesterday's ICC Champions Trophy encounter against England. Sangakkara expressed these views at the post-match media briefing after Sri Lanka beat England by 7 wickets at the Kennington Oval in London to keep alive their semi-final hopes.
Invited to bat first, England posted a competitive total of 293 runs, losing 7 wickets in their allotted 50 overs. Jonathan Trott made 76 runs and Joe Root contributed 68 for the home team, together with a Ravi Bopara cameo of 33 runs in 13 balls. Lasith Malinga, Shamin Dairang and Rangana Herath bagged 2 wickets each for Sri Lanka.
Yes, there it is.
Chasing 294, Sri Lanka reached their target in thrilling fashion with 7 wickets and 17 balls to spare. Tilakratna Dilshan and Mahela Javadana got into the 40s, but it was an unbeaten 134 from Southpaw Kumar Sangakkara and a 38-ball 58 from Nuwan Kulasekara, who was promoted up the batting order, which sealed the game for the Lankans. The win for Sri Lanka leaves Group A wide open with no clear favourites to reach the semi-finals.
It's strange, isn't it? If that didn't work, I think the team would have been torn to shreds. Angelo would have taken a lot of stick and criticism, saying, "Oh, what was he doing, and what were the coaches thinking?" But when it does work, it's fantastic. So decisions like that can go both ways. I thought it was really strong of Angelo and the coaching staff to have taken that decision, and everyone in our dressing room backs it. The decisions that everyone takes, really supports each other. And it's great to see how it worked, and Kulasekara batted very intelligently. I think that was the difference in that situation, because it was easy for him to come and try and hit every ball. But he batted sensibly through the power play and then accelerated right after.
Before we leave you tonight, research carried out by Genetic Ancestry Testing Company claims that the UK's Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, has direct lineage with a part Indian woman called Elisa Newark.
Now the researchers say that she was a housekeeper for William's great-great-great-great, that's 5 greats, grandfather Theodore Forbes, a Scottish merchant who worked for the East India Company in Surat, a port north of Bombay.
They had a young daughter called Catherine, and it is through an unbroken maternal line to the prince's mother, Princess Diana, that the young royal and his brother Prince Harry have inherited the Indian DNA.
Well, I suppose you could say that this bit of information is descriptive of the phrase globalization knows no bounds. And with that, we wrap up tonight's news. From all of us here at News First, good night.